Welcome back, movie lovers. Grab your popcorn, turn up that volume, and brace yourself because today we're diving headfirst into adrenaline-pumping chaos. That's right, we're counting down the top 10 action movies you can watch right now on Netflix. Number 10. Extraction follows Tyler Rake, a black market mercenary hired to rescue the kidnapped son of an international crime lord. Sounds like your usual rescue mission, right? Well, not quite. This time, the whole thing takes place in Dhaka, where every street corner turns into a war zone.
They were hoping if you spin the chamber enough times.
As Rake dives deeper into the mission, things spiral out of control, betrayals, endless shootouts, and a brutal one-take chase scene that basically became Netflix history. What makes Extraction stand out isn't just the action. It's the way the movie never lets you breathe. Chris Hemsworth isn't just Thor here. He's a man haunted by his past, covered in dust, blood, and regret.
Who'd really put a bullet in his brain?
But you gotta leave the kid behind.
And when the bullets stop flying, you realize something. This isn't just another Save the Kids story. It's redemption in disguise, wrapped in explosions.
Sometimes I do other things.
Number 9.
It's time.
If Michael Bay had an energy drink, this would be it. 6 Underground throws you straight into a wild, neon-drenched chase through Florence. No introductions, no breaks, just chaos. The movie follows 6 elite individuals who fake their own deaths to take down global criminals, operating completely off the grid. They call themselves ghosts because no one can track what's already dead.
Hello, boys.
In my flow right now, you know that.
Ryan Reynolds leads the crew as one, a billionaire with a tragic past and a twisted sense of justice. His team, a mix of soldiers, spies, and adrenaline junkies who believe they can fix the world, one explosion at a time. Every scene feels like a music video on steroids. Cars flipping, drones flying, buildings blowing up in perfect symmetry. It's classic Michael Bay madness, but with Netflix's freedom to go even crazier. Ryan Reynolds guides you through beautiful chaos.
Oh, was that a bad guy?
Number 8. Immortality looks cool until you've lived long enough to regret it. The Old Guard isn't your average action flick. It's got gunfights, sword battles, and centuries of emotional baggage. The story follows a group of immortal mercenaries led by Andy, played by Charlize Theron, who's basically what happens when a warrior queen meets a modern assassin.
They've never faced an army like ours.
Shit, let's start a band.
They'd been fighting for centuries, saving lives, shaping history, all in the shadows. But when someone records their latest mission, their secret gets exposed, and suddenly, the hunted become the hunters. Things get even more complicated when a new immortal soldier awakens, forcing Andy to question everything she's believed for hundreds of years. The fights, sharp, fast, and brutal, but it's the emotion underneath that hits hard. These people can't die, yet they've lost everything worth living for. It's part superhero, part tragedy, and fully badass. If you love your action movies with a bit of soul, this one hits different.
Throughout history, we've protected this world, fighting in the shadows.
Number 7. Ever wondered what happens when soldiers trade honor for dollars? Triple Frontier dives straight into that gray zone. The film follows 5 former Special Forces operatives, played by Ben Affleck, Oscar Isaac, Charlie Hunnam, Garrett Hedlund, and Pedro Pascal, who reunite not for a mission, but for money.
We finally get to use our skills for our own benefit.
They plan a massive heist against a South American drug lord, but what starts as a clean extraction quickly turns into a moral meltdown. Greed kicks in, loyalty fractures, and every decision pushes them closer to chaos. This isn't a flashy guns blazing movie. It's rugged, raw, and heavy on consequences. It explores how men built to fight can lose their way when the fight ends. Perfect if you love tension-driven action with a taste of realism. Number 6.
Where's my baby?
You
wasted FBI time trying to cut a deal for yourself, and 7 agents were killed. This conversation now takes place on our terms. Adrian Lavelle and Hector Alvarez are still out there. You and I both know the only way you protect that child is to disappear.
Sometimes, the fiercest action hero isn't a soldier or a spy, it's a mother. In The Mother, Jennifer Lopez steps into a surprisingly gritty role as a former assassin who's forced out of hiding when the daughter she gave up years ago is kidnapped by the very criminals she once worked for. The story blends high-stakes action with raw emotion. We see J. Lo racing through icy forests trading gunfire with mercenaries and facing her past head-on, all while trying to protect a daughter who doesn't even know her. This isn't your usual glossy action flick. It's tense, personal, and filled with moments that hit straight in the gut. Lopez nails that balance between strength and heartbreak. She's ruthless when she needs to be, but you can see the pain behind every move she makes. The cinematography's slick, the pacing's sharp, and the emotional payoff totally worth it. If you're into stories about redemption, survival, and the lengths a mother will go to protect her child, The Mother hits that sweet spot between action and heart. Perfect for a weekend watch when you want something intense but still deeply human. Number 5.
What do you know about the Sierra program? The Gray Man.
When Ryan Gosling trades his calm stare for chaos, you know things are about to get serious. The Gray Man takes the spy genre and injects it with caffeine and explosives. Gosling plays Sierra 6, a covert CIA assassin who uncovers agency secrets that were never meant to see daylight. Once he goes rogue, the entire CIA turns against him, led by Chris Evans in one of his most delightfully psychotic roles ever. What follows is a global chase filled with shootouts, drones, rooftop escapes, and explosions so loud they practically shake your couch. But what makes it work is the dynamic between Gosling's quiet intensity and Evans' unhinged arrogance. It's like watching James Bond fight a Marvel villain who's way too confident in his mustache. The Gray Man is slick, sharp, and perfect for anyone who loves spy thrillers with swagger. Stream it on Netflix when you're in the mood for non-stop pursuit and zero breathing room. Number 4.
How would you like to make $50 million?
Vegas, guns, and zombies. Now that's a combination you didn't know you needed. Army of the Dead, directed by Zack Snyder, takes the heist genre, drops it into a zombie apocalypse, and says, good luck surviving. The story follows Scott Ward, played by Dave Bautista, a former soldier who's hired to break into a casino vault in the middle of zombie-infested Las Vegas. The twist: these aren't your slow, brainless zombies. They're fast, organized, and terrifyingly smart. As the crew dives deeper into the city, greed, fear, and betrayal start eating away at them faster than the undead outside. The visuals are stunning: neon chaos, gunfire, and Snyder's signature slow-motion shots. But beneath all that madness, there's a surprisingly emotional story about family, regret, and redemption. It's gory, wild, and unapologetically fun. Army of the Dead is what happens when Ocean's 11 meets The Walking Dead, and somehow it totally works. Perfect for late-night action fans who want a bit of blood with their popcorn. Number 3.
V, who was the target?
What happens when a top-tier assassin finds out she's been poisoned and has less than 24 hours to live? That's Kate in one line, but the ride itself is anything but simple. Mary Elizabeth Winstead stars as Kate, a cold-blooded killer who suddenly becomes the target of her own employers. After realizing she's been dosed with a slow-acting poison, she goes on one last mission through neon-lit Tokyo to find out who did it and make them pay. What makes Kate stand out isn't just the action, though. The fight scenes are raw, fast, and beautifully brutal. It's the desperation underneath. She's dying, and every punch, every bullet, every chase scene hurts. Yet she pushes through it all, building an unlikely bond with a teenage girl linked to her past. It's stylish, emotional, and hits hard, literally and figuratively. If you're into movies like John Wick or Atomic Blonde, this one's right up your alley. And yes, it's streaming on Netflix. So yeah, if you're ever in the mood for something that blends revenge, heart, and a whole lot of broken bones, Kate is that hidden gem. Number 2.
Just have to find out why.
If you thought Tyler Reich was done after the first Extraction, think again. Extraction 2 turns the chaos up to 11 and never lets off the gas. Chris Hemsworth returns as the unstoppable mercenary who somehow survives his near-death mission in the first film. This time, he's tasked with rescuing the family of a ruthless gangster from a heavily guarded prison, and that mission kicks off with one of the most insane action sequences Netflix has ever produced. A 21-minute one-shot that moves through explosions, hand-to-hand combat, car chases, and even a helicopter fight. Yeah, 21 minutes of pure, uncut madness. But here's the twist. This sequel isn't just about big stunts and big muscles. It digs deeper into Tyler's pain, his loss, and what drives him to keep fighting when he's got nothing left to lose. Hemsworth delivers raw emotion through all the gunfire, and that's what makes it hit harder than your average action flick. If Extraction was a roller coaster, Extraction 2 is the version where the brakes are gone. It's perfect for a Friday night when you just want to turn off the lights, crank up the volume, and get lost in pure cinematic mayhem. Number 1.
I find music a useful distraction.
Directed by David Fincher, this film is a masterclass in precision and tension. Michael Fassbender plays an unnamed hitman, a man who lives by discipline, planning, and control, until one mission goes wrong. Then, everything he built starts to unravel. If you love stories where the danger isn't just the bullets but what's happening inside the mind, this one's your fix. The Killer is streaming on Netflix, and trust me, it's not just an action movie. It's an experience. From mercenaries and immortals to assassins and zombies, each one gives you a different flavor of chaos, heart-pounding, stylish, and unforgettable. So, which one's your favorite? Drop it in the comments and tell me which movie should make it into the next countdown.